Well, good morning to you. I'm Todd Duplantis. Welcome to Up to the Minute. It's good to have you with us. Of course, it is the 12th of October. Can you believe that? Already into the 12th of October here. We've got a great show lined up for you. It's also Tasty Tuesday. Got a special guest there, and also a special guest, a student success story. Dr. Tony Rayo-Sutherland joins me now as my co-host. Tony, nice day outside, humid as heck out there, but that's just kind of what it's like right now.
Yeah, it's kind of wet. All my windows I can't hardly see through because of the mist and everything. But I love October because it's the beginning of fall and weather gets better then.
Hopefully, we've had that false fall was it last week? We had the false fall. Now we're back in summer light and should have a real fall in the next couple of days, they say by this weekend. But hey, on the show, as we mentioned, we got some special guests. Before we get to that, I want to remind you, we're back on HCCTV. You can watch us in the afternoons at noon and at 5 p.m. If you didn't catch the live broadcast here, you can always catch the rebroadcast on HCCTV, but you can find us across social media, Tony.
Yes, look for Houston Community College District, not HCC, Houston Community College District on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and you will find us.
That's right. Okay, Tony, you'll be back shortly because you'll be talking to this guest we're going to introduce you to now. He's a senior software engineer, and he's also an honors college graduate. Santiago Echeverri joins us now. Santiago, good to see you.
Hi, Todd. Thanks for the invitation. Happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We're looking forward to hearing all about your career and your time here at HCC. And I understand you got some words of encouragement for our students. So stick around, grab a cup of coffee. We'll be back with you shortly. Okay. All right. Our Tasty Tuesday guest is Chef Kaiser Lashkari. He's from the Himalaya restaurant, Indo-Pakistani Cuisine. And they're located in Southwest Houston. Good morning, Chef. How are you?
How are you, sir?
It's good. We're doing great. I know I've been out to your restaurant a couple of times, but maybe you can give us an overview of your restaurant and your specialties. But let's start off with a little bit about your background. How did you arrive in Houston and get started in the restaurant business?
Number one, I didn't arrive illegally. I came on a student visa, and I started my hospitality management program with a bachelor's in hotel and restaurant management at my alma mater, the Hilton College at the University of Houston.
There you go. Yeah, and that's I went through U of H, and ironically, a lot of my friends I met from around the country came to Houston specifically to go to that college, one of the best in the countries for hotel restaurant management. You went through that program that was back, I imagine, what we're going to say, late 70s, early 80s?
That program started in 1969. My matriculation year was 83, and I graduated in 86.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And how did you get started with the restaurant Himalaya?
Himalaya was the name given by my lovely wife, Azra. She has been in advertising for many years in Pakistan, and she said the food is so good, you should call it the height of taste. So Himalaya is the height of taste.
And I understand most of the sauces that you have take quite a while to prepare, 72 hours. Is that correct?
Yes, give or take a few minutes. But yes, everything takes a long time. It's a labor of love. That's why I have been offered to come on many, many shows, which I have had to decline because our Indo-Pakistani food takes hours to prepare, hours to marinate. And it's slow cooked and slow roasted. So therefore, I can't do the wham bam kind of, you are 30 minutes more and then you are chopped. I can't do that. I have to do slow cooking, and that's what it's all about. And
so the people who are coming in today to have maybe lunch or eat a meal, you started preparing that meal days ago with the sauces and the preparation.
Yes, that goes for the marinated meats, but
right.
the meats are we don't do any sauce cooking. unlike a lot of other Indian restaurants, they have the sauces prepared and then they do the last minute cooking. I don't do that. I cook the entire dish from scratch, the way it's supposed to be made, and then it's ready. So when somebody calls in for an order and says, make it spicy or make it less spicy, we don't do that. We have one standard way of making the food. We don't mess around with the recipe.
Absolutely. And you have some... Go ahead. Well, I was going to say you have some unique items on your menu. Maybe you can tell us about a few of those.
Well, we have a lot of fusion dishes. And a few years back, one of my very good friends and chef, Alvin Schultz, came up with the idea and asked me, why don't you make a fried chicken? Every culture has a fried chicken, which is true. The Indo-Pakistani fried chicken is called a charga. But so what I did was I took the spices from the charga and I fried it the southern way with the dredging of the flour, the marinating in the buttermilk, and it came out really good. And so this has been the most sought after fried chicken in the city. And, you know, I hope I don't sound conceited, but that's what people say about my fried chicken.
Well, we got to get down there and try some of that fried chicken because you got me sold right there. I understand with your fusion, you've also got Indian quesadillas and Indian stew.
Absolutely. So it's 41 glorious years in this great country. And I have been to many, many Mexican restaurants, and I always look at the menu and end up ordering the quesadillas. And the quesadilla is one of my favorite Mexican dishes to have. And so I put my own spin on it, use the different kind of a tortilla to bake it, and we call it paratadilla on the menu. So which is my spin on the Mexican quesadilla. And the filling is entirely Indian with Indian masalas, Indian spices.
And the fried chicken, let's go back to that. Is that one of your more popular dishes right now that you've got that out there?
The fried chicken is very tasty. The fried chicken is number one. The few essential trivia about my fried chicken. It's skinless, but you don't miss the skin.
Yeah.
It's marinated for 72 hours. It's fried in pure vegetable oil. It's hormone-free, organic, but it's halal, which means it's kosher. Muslims and Jewish people can eat it. And after frying every 2 chickens, we discard the oil. And that's why during rush hour, sometimes we cannot fulfill the demand of people. You know, when several tables ask for fried chicken, we are sometimes not able to deliver. But we don't compromise on this few things that are so essential to make this chicken so good.
And I understand you have some specials for your regulars because you've got off the menu chef specialties. What are some of those they can expect?
We over the years, I've made masala dumplings because I used to go to one southern restaurant for breakfast, and I saw their chicken and dumplings on the menu, and I tried it. I found it to be very bland. I said, let's spice it up. So I made masala chicken and dumplings. Then I took meatloaf and I made masala meatloaf. And then I did the crawfish etouffee, and I put curry powder in it and put different masalas in it and made masala crawfish etouffee. So the list is endless. One of the dish that I recreated from back home from Pakistan is the hunter's beef, which is we are the only place in North America that serves authentic hunter's beef. Hunter's beef is a pastrami of Indo-Pakistani origin. It's great. You should come and try it.
That sounds pretty good. I want to get there and try that fried chicken, though. I keep hearing about that. So that sounds pretty good. Now, I imagine when I've gone to your place, you've had always good crowds there. But during COVID, did your business for to-go orders increase? And are they still pretty in high demand for people wanting to-go orders?
Yes. For the first 2 weeks during the lockdown, when it was only takeout, only 28% of the business remained. But thank God, for miracles. Thank God for all the Houstonians and all the people that came and gave us the business. And within 2 weeks, the business was almost up to 70% with the takeout.
Wow.
So I am extremely, extremely grateful to the great people of this great city to help us, sustain ourselves during this crisis.
And you also have a pretty strong catering business. Do you get called upon to cater a lot of maybe Indian weddings or Pakistani celebrations?
I do very selected weddings. Only when if I know somebody very well and if they understand how we work, absolutely. I bend over backwards to give one of the most memorable meals a wedding could have, because it can be an American wedding or Indian or Pakistani wedding or Christian wedding, Jewish wedding, any kind of wedding. The most thing that the men remember the food and the women remember who's wearing what and what was their jewelry and what was the bride wearing. But the men mostly will always talk about the food and how good or bad it was.
And Chef, if someone's interested in catering, your catering business, where can they get a hold of you? What's your website? What's the best place to get a hold of you guys?
My cell number is also on my business card. It's on my website. The website is HimalayaRestaurantHouston.com.
Okay. All right. We'll have a link to that in the social media post. Chef Kaiser, Lashkari, we appreciate you being here on the show and telling us a bit about your restaurant. And if you're interested in Himalaya, check out our social media post and we'll direct you to their website. Thanks, Chef. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We're going to turn things over to Dr. Tony. And Dr. Tony, we've got a very special guest because we're going to be talking to student success story with some words of encouragement for our students.
Yes, absolutely. We have Santiago Echeverri. He is the senior software engineer for FactSet Research Systems, and he's also a 2015 honors college graduate from HCC. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Tony. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Well, you are a graduate from our honors college, and that's different from just normal college at HCC. What's different about the honors college, and how did you find out about our honors college? I know you came from another country.
Right, that is right. So when I first came to the U.S. from Colombia, I enrolled at HCC. I guess like a lot of people, I was trying to budget and think about my education, and I saw community college was like a perfect route. I had known other people that had gone through community college and done very well. So I went to HCC, and I guess like many people, I got a catalog. I guess back in 2013, there was still some more, it was a little bit less digital back in 2013. So still catalogs were around, and I started, just looking through, see what were the classes that would fit me because I wanted to be an engineer. And I guess maybe, very early on the pages, there was an ad for the honors college. So I guess that was cool. So I found it and I called. It took me a few calls to get through because I guess back in Colombia, back in 2013, we still used to call a lot. But here in the US, we're not used to. It's been a while since I think calls have been going down a lot. But eventually I did reach them and, I applied and fortunately things worked out. You also asked me about the differences. I would say the difference is that there's a few classes that are purposely a little bit harder because, it's an honors program. The class is a little smaller. So some classes will be a little bit more in depth and it'll have additional assignments in the attempt to prepare you very well for your transfer to a four-year school. That, and also, you get to meet other people in the same program. I think, I guess the slogan that we used to hear is like they wanted to build leaders, create a lot of friends, and offer lots of assistance for transferring, and I got all those three things and more at the honors program. I will say that once I transferred, I went to the University of Texas at Austin. I met other people from HCC that didn't go through the honors program, and they still did very well. I think HCC prepares the students very well. We have lots of great professors. And no matter if you go to the honors college or not, you're in great shape for a transfer to a four-year school if that's what you want to do. But I did go through the honors program and I loved it.
Well, and the honors program is kind of like a cohort, right? You have your group, right? Is that right? Is that how that works?
Yeah, so they call it like by year. So I was the 2015 year. So we're a cohort because we start together and then we go through all of these classes together. There are a number of fundamental classes that everybody takes, things like English, humanities, which no matter if you're an engineer or if you want to go through the arts or a hard science, you have to take English, right? So that's why they call us cohorts, because we take these classes together. Right. The honors college does have, like, by demand, like there were enough of us that we said, hey, there's like, people that want to do math. So can we have like an honors math class? And that was something we requested and something that we got. That kind of assistance where you can get some personalization depending on what a number of the students in the cohort want can be done too. So yeah, we had lots of resources available.
So it's kind of geared toward what you need to transfer to a four-year college and all of that. How was the honors college helpful to you personally?
For me personally, I think besides the strong academics, it was great leadership opportunities and also made great friends. In particular, we had an honors college club, and I ran and was elected president of the club, and that gave me lots of leadership opportunities because there were several presentations that I had to do, and it was my first time, doing like public speaking and getting comfortable with that opportunity I got thanks to the honors college. And then on the second year, we have a partnership. I'm not sure if it's still going on. Hopefully it's still going on with the University of Houston. They had a program called Model Arab League, which is like a role-playing game where students from different universities role-playing, being like ambassadors for a country. And then we talk about problems in the region and how to come up with solutions for the problems that these countries are having. So I went through the program on my first year, and we had a good preparation group. Fortunately, I did well, and for the next year, the University of Houston invited me to be the chairman for the Economics Affairs Council. That was also a great leadership opportunity because I had the opportunity to meet people from four-year universities in Texas, meet some new people, and also try to think from a leadership perspective how to organize this council, how to make the conversations flow well. So these two opportunities, being president of the Honors College Club and then being the chairman of the Economics Affairs Council at this event at the University of Houston, were great leadership opportunities. And throughout, I made great friends that I still cherish having today. And they actually influenced me a lot because I wanted to be an engineer, but I was undecided between civil and computers. And there were two people, Alejandro and Alexander, in the Honors College that were heavily into technology. And both of them, they were set on computers from the start, and they went on to be computer engineers, and they're doing very well. So from the start, like, hey, you should do computers. And I guess they brainwashed me into it, and I got excited and I took that path. So they helped me make that decision for me. And I'm very happy because, thinking back, I think I am much happier today, doing computers than I would have been doing civil.
Well, how did the Honors College prepare you specifically to go to UT Austin? Were the classes? Tell me about that.
Yes. So like I mentioned before, so we had our core classes that we were all taking, but there were a number of us, Alejandro, Alexander, Mohammed, Mustafa, me, and we wanted to go the engineering path. So we talked with the directors of the program, and we asked them if we could have like an honors math class. And they agreed, and they recruited Professor Victor Hernandez, who had a great calculus class. And he like created a calculus honors class for us to take. That class was very hard, and we did calculus 2 and 3 with him. And to my chagrin, when I transferred to the University of Texas, they wanted me to repeat calculus 3. They had this policy that they like people who are doing calculus 3 there, and so I had to retake that one. And honestly, the class at HCC honors was harder, and so that was something good because it was easy to do well on that particular class. So I would say that besides the nice thing that I got personally, I was very, very, very well prepared academically.
That's neat because they didn't have the calculus class, but you guys wanted it. So they brought it on for you guys. And then when you went to UT, it was a breeze, right?
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't happy that they had me repeat a class. Like, hey, I already did this, but
Well, it just proved that, the college, you were well prepared for what you were going for. Do you have any advice for students who are thinking about joining honors college?
For sure. Yeah. If you're even thinking about it, I think don't think about it any further, just apply. Right. The program is great. And now it's even easier than before, because back in 2013, the honors college was centralized at the downtown campus. So even if you live far away, you had to commute, but that's not the case anymore. The honors college has expanded, and in all of the different HCC sections, there's an honors program, and they are all connected. So you have the chance to have the honors program, whatever the location is closest to you, and you also have, every once in a while there'll be some event and you meet the people from the other locations. So I think if you're just thinking about it, I think that's enough signal that you should go ahead and apply. It's available not only to incoming students, but also current students. Some of the people I met, they found out about the honors program later on after the first semester, and they applied and they had the opportunity to go. Yeah.
Well, now, okay, you graduated in 2015. That would have been pre-COVID. So Does that mean that you got to go on these great trips abroad that I hear about?
Yes, that I would have, but unfortunately, I had a medical problem. That was bad. I had to be at the hospital right before, and I was on recovery during that travel period. So unfortunately, I missed the travel, but I would have had the opportunity. My friends had a great.
Where were they? Yeah, where were they? Where did they go?
They went. They went to France but I forget the name of the city. I remember it was not Paris. They went to another city in France.
So that was a neat experience. Maybe when the COVID thing gets over with, they can do more of the abroad things. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a great opportunity. Before we go on the travel, we would have a class, but back then it was taught by Mr. Wilcox. And we would learn about the place. So I learned all about that, but didn't get to do the travel with the medical issue.
Okay. Well, now you are senior software engineer for FactSet Research Systems. Tell me a little bit about your job. What do you like about it?
Yeah, I enjoy my job a lot. What we do is we provide like software solutions for investment managers. These are people that invest money that invest the savings like of people's and institutions. Who knows? Maybe we even serve the manager that manages the HCC fund. I don't know. Yeah, so it's great to have the opportunity to write some software, a tool that people use that helps the economy. And yeah, I enjoy writing software.
That is so wonderful. Well, we are so happy to have you on the show. Thank you so much for being with us. And we've got some more information about the Honors College in our post after the show, okay?
Thank you.
Hey, Todd.
Right. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Santiago, for being on the show. All right, we're going to get into our HCC news and information. One of the things you need to know about today, Janet May, join her, our Chief Human Resources Officer. She's getting ready to move on from HCC, but one of her last events, she's having a coffee break today at 11 a.m., Tuesday, October the 12th. Her guest will be the new president of HCC Southeast College, Dr. Frances Villagran Glover. She'll be on the show. So make sure you check your emails, join Janet for one of her last shows, if not the last one. Okay, Hispanic Heritage Month continues, Tony.
Yes, we have reggaeton dance class from the comfort of your couch, as they say. It's virtual and you can learn new moves. It's Wednesday, 6 p.m., October 13th. Just go to hccs.studentlife@hccs.edu to get information about how to find that.
All right. Student Life is having a costume contest. That's right. It's that time of year. The Office of Student Life is hosting a virtual Halloween costume contest. Submit your pictures in costume, that is, throughout the month. And HCC students will vote for the best pics October 25th through October 29th. The deadline is Friday, October 22nd. There's 3 e-card prizes. First place, $150. Second place, $100, and third place, $50. We'll have the link to upload your costume photos in our post after the show. And it's time once again for NFL Pick'em.
Yes, pick your favorite NFL team on Saturday. Then on Sunday, view Rec Sports Instagram to see the results. And then there's prizes for the top winners. Of course, you want to do that. The info is go to sports@hccs.edu, and we'll have that information also in our post after the show.
Okay, textbook savings. You may have heard about it last week on the show. We've got a special edition of the topic coming up in the next few weeks that'll talk about this as well. But there are, HCC is offering affordable learning and offers low or no cost resources for our students. 3 options for HCC's textbook savings program initiative. One is zero cost books. Students will have no textbook costs using free online open educational resources. Number 2 is the low cost books. Cost materials are available for $40 or less. And there's a third option called First Day Inclusive Access. All 3 of those options, you can learn more about them on one website, one page. We'll have a link in our social media post. Okay, if you're going to go to HCC in the fall, time is running out. You've got a couple of shortened sessions that you can register for. One of them starts October 18th, just around the corner. And if you want to register, you got to go to one website, hccs.edu/now. Remember, we've got hybrid courses, online courses, and in-person classes, which started again last week. So students are meeting in person on our campuses, but you have to register quickly in order to get in for the fall, because spring registration, Tony, is not far away. Okay, tomorrow on the show, we've got some special guests as well.
We got Small Business Wednesday, and we're going to feature an entrepreneur, Helen Collier of Permit Us Now.
Permit Us Now.
Yes, permit us now. In other words, it expedites the permits. If you've ever been in construction or had it construction, you know how difficult it is to get permits for things. Well, their company expedites that for you. So that's going to be interesting to listen to.
Yeah, and she's been on The Topic before. She's been on this show before, so it's going to be good to see her again. Also, Janet Pena, Program Director of Coleman College's Pharmacy Technician Program. Well, she'll be here to talk about its ups and downs since the COVID crisis and what the future may hold for the program. You ever wanted to be a pharmacy tech? Well, you can join us tomorrow and learn all about it. Okay, we're going to wrap up the show for today. Tony will be back tomorrow. I'll be back. We'll see all of you live right here, 10 a.m. on Up to the Minute.